Hello everybody. I'm making this video to test out the rakers that I just took down on my saw with a grinder. I know that's really aggressive and probably not recommended, but this saw was driving me crazy. The rakers were just, it has double rakers. I think it's safety chain is what it's called. But I mean, it's like, I feel like I'm using sandpaper with rakers, just grinding through the woods, and there's all this little dust coming up. And my teeth are sharp, but the rakers are just grinding and grinding and grinding and won't let the teeth cut. And I just got sick of it, so I went ahead and just took them down. And I was just going to take one raker down and leave the second, but I just went ahead and touched both of them. So here I'm going to test this out and see how this little saw does with the rakers really ground down, really aggressive. I think it does pretty good. I mean, you just can't push the saw and try to force it through the wood. And that's something else I wanted to ask everybody. What kind of wood do you think this is? I think that it is hickory. I tried to show some cross sections of it on here, and there's no rays in it like you would see in oak, because I know like white oak bark can look kind of similar to hickory bark at times, but there's no rays in this wood. I don't see any rays anywhere, so I think it looks like hickory. If anyone out there happens to know or can confirm this for me for sure, I would really appreciate it if you drop a comment in the comments and let me know what you think this is. I'm going to keep trying to research it and do a better job of figuring it out, but that's what my first guess is, so let me know, because I'd also like to maybe save some of this wood to throw in my smoker if it's hickory. For the rest of the video, I think I'm going to kind of stop talking and just let y'all see the cutting and see how the saw does. I think it gets through it pretty good. I mean, it feels good to me. It's cutting aggressively and it's not throwing a bunch of sawdust and going slow. I mean, it's a little bit aggressive, but like I said, this chain is almost done. I mean, I might be able to sharpen it one or two more times, and then it's going to be time for a new chain anyways. And I have some full chisel on the way that isn't this safety chain that drives me crazy, so, you know, here pretty soon I'm just going to take that chain off and throw it away anyways. I mean, that's kind of the thing too, is people get all worked up about their chains and everything, and they're only like $16, $18 and you get a new chain, so it's not the end of the world. But here we go cutting, and I'll let you guys enjoy. If I think of anything else to say, I'll chime in. Thanks for watching. See there on the first cut I made, the saw was a little bit grabby and it kind of bogged down a little bit, but that's also because it's not really warmed up yet all the way, and I didn't just smash down on the trigger full throttle and get into it, so I wasn't really giving it everything it's got, and it kind of did hold out on me there a little bit. But like I said, I'm not pushing it and forcing it. I mean, if it kind of wants to back off, then I back off and give it some throttle and come at it again. So as long as you're delicate with it, I don't think I'm going to tear it up too bad, you know. I mean, if you don't just force the issue and you kind of let it breathe and give it some throttle and come back at it again and don't overheat everything, I don't think I'll do too much damage for the rest of the life of this chain. This is a pretty hard piece of wood here. I mean, it's a big crotch, and you know, so this is about as tough as it can get. And I mean, the saw does pretty good with it. It does, you know, it bogs down a little bit, but I mean, I think they all do when you get into something that rough. So, you know, it cuts that, and then I'm going to go ahead here and noodle through this, and you know, rip through the side and make another cut to get this thing split up a little bit. mean, I could probably throw it in the fireplace and burn it after this. I may try to split it again with an axe or a maul, but at least I'll get it in half to where it's more manageable. Again, I just don't see any rays in this indicating that it would be oak. So maybe put it on pause and let me know what you think.